In The Girl on the Train, Emily Blunt plays a deeply troubled woman who's obsessed with a couple she watches on her daily commute. This guy right here, Justin Theroux, is Blunt's co-star in a story where nothing is really as it seems.
She said you yelled at her that
No,
night.
that is not what happened. She was in the tunnel and she hit me.
I don't want to argue in the street. In the middle of the day and you're drunk.
Look, I'm not drunk, Tom.
My wife is scared of you.
Of what?
I don't even know if that's a joke or not. Let's start with child abduction.
That's not how it happened.
You and I both know what you're capable of.
Hey, Justin, how are you?
Good, how are you doing?
I'm great, thank you. We have mutual friends who constantly tell me you are anything but creepy. That you are a really, really nice guy.
I'm glad.
Yeah. And yet, I keep reading about you and everybody raves about how well you play creepy.
Thanks. I guess that means that if I am doing a part that's creepy, I guess, then, and I play a lot of creep sometimes, I guess that's a good thing, because it means I guess I'm doing my job.
Exactly.
Well,
I like the way you end on an up note every time, which is good.
It's kind of creepy.
Yeah. I mentioned this is a major selling book. It's wildly popular. That doesn't always mean that the book translates well to the big screen. Why do you think this one does?
Well, I think it does only because it was very faithfully adapted. The direction is fantastic, and we were really mobbed up with a lot of very, very good actors. So we can only hope that we do service to the book and sort of honor what the author had in mind.
I know there's a lot we want to be careful about in terms of not spoiling something. Give the basics of the storyline, in your opinion.
It's essentially the story about a woman named Rachel who rides the train. She's in a slightly depressive state, drinking too much, and she projects onto other people that she sees as she looks out the train window, which is something we all kind of do just in life. But she builds this sort of fantasy life around this couple. And then a woman goes missing, and all these sort of players sort of are around it, are sort of implicated in a way.
I like it because I remember when I was young, we were driving through a particularly nice neighborhood one day, and my dad said something to the effect of, "Don't assume you know what's going on behind those beautifully painted doors."
Yeah.
And this is kind of that personified.
It's that, and I would even go a step further on that, which is, a lot of times when you take the train, I've taken the Northeast Corridor a bunch, and you're not only looking into people's windows sometimes, you're looking into the backs of their houses, which almost tells you more than the front, because some people's literal, dirty laundry is hanging out back. And it's kind of it's a beautiful POV to sort of see other people's lives.
You've said that you rely on your gut when you're choosing a role. Does it usually serve you well?
It has. Or I could say that when I choose roles or projects to work on that don't that someone has told me are smart to do or things that are good to do, I usually don't enjoy myself as much as when I find something that I just love doing.
One of the things you seem to love doing is a show called The Leftovers, and the creator of that show said something about you that I was reading. He says, "He's a Ken doll, but he's every Ken. Astronaut Ken, interior designer Ken. I'd be lying if I didn't say there's a part of me that wants to strangle him, but in terms of what he can do as an actor, he could be much bigger than he is in terms of notoriety. The reason he's not is by design. It's his choice." Is that true?
I don't know if it's true. I think, I've made decisions, again, based on what is going to make me happy, so I've never had any particular interest in doing things that are going to advance me to another level or do something, I just always do what I want to do. Sometimes it's writing, sometimes it's acting. Sometimes
you do it so well.
Thanks,
I'll tell you that. Justin, it's always good to see you.
Great seeing you too, Matt.
Hello, Today fans. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking that button down there and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives.